Hi, Tom Trento, Director of the United West, with another special Enemies of the State. This time, in less than 1 week, another CAIR Muslim was caught promoting a Sharia-based response to American law. This time, it was that rising Muslim Brotherhood star, the absolute leader of CAIR Florida, Hassen Shibli. Check out Shibli's response to a United States Customs and Border Protection officer when the officer asked Shibli what he was doing recently in Istanbul, Turkey.
None of your damn business.
Huh? Is this the same interfaith Shibli who boasts worldwide of a wonderful working relationship with American law enforcement?
Enough is enough. We have to start a revolution.
So, what got Shibli, a devout adherent of the religion of peace, so riled up, so furious, that he actually calls for a revolution?
When they asked me where I was, I told them, very straightforward, I went to Istanbul, Turkey. When they said, why? My answer to them was, none of your damn business. Those 5 words. Again, none of your damn business. Enough is enough. We have to start a revolution. I've been meeting in D.C. with people about how, unfortunately, half the American Muslim community often gets stopped for random secondary inspection.
Hassen, seriously, bro. You're calling for a revolution of Muslims simply because you were selected for some additional questioning at the airport? Did you forget that you are the leader of the #1 CAIR chapter in all of the United States of America? Did you forget that the United States Department of Justice has determined in a federal trial that CAIR, your organization, is a co-conspirator in funding the Hamas? Simply because CAIR has not been indicted yet, that doesn't mean they're not watching you. Hassen, did you also forget that you're returning from the Middle East, where a very prominent Sunni country, the United Arab Emirates, has officially declared your organization, of which you are an executive director, as a terrorist organization? And so what is your response when a U.S. Customs agent simply doing his job?
It was actually time for Asr, and actually time was almost running out. So I told them, I'm doing my prayer. I stood right in the middle of the room, and I did my salah very loud, very vocal.
All right, now I want everybody to follow this. Here we have the self-proclaimed leader of all Muslims in Florida, a Sharia-compliant Hassen Shibli. And when asked a couple of extra questions, he goes off on a rant on having to do his Asr prayer, his afternoon prayer. He probably didn't tell a customs officer that Islamic scholars allow exceptions to salat, to prayer, particularly when Muslims are traveling. No, this Hassen Shibli, this Sharia-compliant Hassen Shibli, wants to start his Muslim revolution here and now. So is all of America going to start having to wait for Muslims to do their afternoon prayer? Folks, this is creeping Sharia in action. So Hassen, what other Sharia-compliant directions do you have for Muslims as you're trying to ignite your Muslim revolution?
Now that I'm, alhamdulillah, older, an attorney, a civil rights attorney, my answer is consistently, none of your business. None of your business.
Okay, got it. Stand firm. How about some wisdom from a devout Sharia-compliant Muslim lawyer?
The government has no authority to pry into our private business so long as we're law-abiding. So if you're law-abiding, if you're an American citizen, you get pulled over for this so-called random inspection. Don't feel like you're under any obligation to answer any questions beyond simply identifying yourself. And then please contact us. Let us know what you're going through so we can file mass complaints to push about for a positive, constructive change.
All right. As a devout religious leader wanting to cooperate with our United States officers, how else do you advise your Muslim followers to react in situations just like this?
Make sure you don't start answering random questions about your political beliefs, your religious beliefs.
Any more Sharia advice?
What I need you to do is, if you have been stopped for random secondary inspection by Customs and Border Protection when you're traveling, when you're coming back from overseas, let us know. Let me know. We need to get as many complaints as possible that this is happening so we can actually file a mass complaint. We were actually asked to do this by our friends within the government. They want us to do this.
All right, friends in government. This is part of the problem, the Muslim Brotherhood infiltrating into the United States government. Hey, the bottom line, folks, here is very simple. Out there, do you know any rabbis or priests or pastors who would advocate such a policy to their followers? Look, if you're in line at the airport and they ask you a question, screw them, start praying the Our Father in the middle of the place, stop everything, stand up, have your rights, don't let them push us around. Do you know any pastor, any priest, any rabbi that would advocate that? And for you non-Sharia compliant Muslims, if you follow your leader Hassen Shibli, you're going to get yourself into a world of trouble. And if you are simply innocent about your travels, why not simply tell the truth like we do when we go to different countries? We answer all the questions, we wait in line, we do what we're supposed to do. No, what we have here is a Muslim brother operative who presents himself simply as a phony, as a religious interfaith civil rights leader. You saw the real Hassen Shibli now in that airport situation.
My answer is consistently, none of your business. None of your business.
We've checked with some folks in the Border Protection and other intelligence agencies. We gave them the videos and asked them to analyze Hassen Shibli's behavior. And they responded, and I am reading exactly. Number one, Hassen is under a lot of pressure from CAIR higher-ups to perform. Number two, he is desperate for acceptance, thus also desperate to please others, especially those in his authority hierarchy. Number three, this makes him vulnerable to the toxic influence of CAIR. Number four, he is a prime candidate, this is shocking folks, he's a prime candidate for involvement in criminal activity, primarily covert, possibly even overt. And then the analyst summed it up. To put another way, he, Hassen, shows classic signs of addictive behavior and or what is called displacement, which means accusing others of doing things you're actually doing yourself. Hassen Shibli, Executive Director of CAIR Florida, Muslim Brotherhood operative. Sir, you have outed yourself.
None of your damn business.